Let's get inside the box and see exactly what's inside. So this is everything that is inside the box, and we have ourselves a selfie stick right here. Pretty nice and stiff. Then we have the attachment that goes onto the Action 6 as well as the screw. We have a USB-C cable, another attachment with a sticky below. And then we have some paperwork right here with a logo and a little plastic. We have also the case with 3 batteries, and they need to be charged. And most importantly, guys, we have the Action 6 with us. Absolutely fantastic, guys. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of pair it off for you guys right there. Beautiful, looking really good. The one noticeable thing I see so far is definitely a lot bigger. So if I go and grab my Action 5, you can see the difference in terms of the sizing. The camera part right here looks a lot bigger, then this screen looks a lot bigger, the overall camera looks a lot bigger. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna charge everything because the battery is kind of dead, and get everything up and going. And then I want to do some night tests, some daytime tests, and some other little things there along the line. But guys, I have a little bonus for you guys now. So let me just get everything here out the way, just leave the camera by itself. All right, so we have our camera here by itself, and I have 2 bonuses, guys. I have the ND filter, and I have the macro lens for the Action 6. I'm just gonna get these out the box right now. All right, so we do have the macro lens right here, and I'm just remove the sticker real quick. Let's just open this up. As you can see right there, that's what it looks like. And now we have the Freewell ND filters. So these are your filters. They're like, you know, sunglasses for your Action camera. Like I said before, I'm just gonna get in, charge the battery, make sure everything is up to date, and I want to go outside and test it right now. It's about 3:25 a.m. right now, so it's a perfect time to do some night testing. All right, so you guys I'll just switch over to that video, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hopefully it doesn't fall off the car. But the suction cup seems to be doing a pretty good job so far, so I'm pretty confident that it's going to be okay. But it's looking good so far. Because once I'm looking at the trunk, I'm only seeing the time over there, but I do have my phone kind of monitoring to see what I look like. So after going outside and testing the Osmo Action 6 during the early mornings, I am happy I did. I am happy because one, the Action 6 to me has a better detail over my Action 5. I really do love the new features that they actually added. Not to mention, having the macro lens is a really nice feature if you really want to capture some close-up details. And I have to also say that during shooting the early mornings, not using night mode, super night mode that is, I actually love the details that I get in my shadows and also my highlights. It seemed to have protected the highlights a little bit better in the Action 6, because that's one thing I noticed when I used to do the Action 5, it would blow up my highlights a little bit and I couldn't bring it back. With this, I find that it kind of brings it back a lot better and retain the details in those highlights. When I was trying to, go through the menu, one of the things I really do like, and I know everybody's talking about it nowadays, is Open Gate. Is it a feature that I'll be using personally for myself? No, I won't. Because for what I do, I don't really care about that. I always say that if I'm going to be having to rotate and I having that in mind going into my video, I just make sure that I shoot a little bit wider. That's what I would normally do. So for me, open gate is not a feature that I am necessarily liking. One of the features I do like, however, is I love the variable aperture. That to me is an amazing feature over the 5, because as a photographer, we like to go through our apertures a little bit for different scenes, and to know that I can go from either 2.6 to f4 is phenomenal for me. And I love that little starburst feature. You get that little star in your lights. Love that, guys. And when I strap this to my car, the rock steady on this, and I didn't even use the higher version, was so smooth. And I'm in my car and I'm going over bumps. It was so smooth. All I did was I used a suction cup and put it on to my car and attached the Action 6, and I definitely am truly happy with the result that I got. And I love the fact that it retained my details from the outside and also on the inside of the car, even though I had to illuminate my face in the car because it was pretty dark. Because had I do anything, I'm going to introduce a lot of noise in the shot, and I didn't go beyond 1600 ISO. I didn't have to. And for the settings in terms of my camera, I reduce my noise to -2 and my sharpness to also -2. That way I can also bring back, I can always introduce my sharpening inside my editing software. That's the next thing too, guys. Even working with the file is so much easier. I do have an update if you guys are interested, because I know a lot of persons have asked me if I can do a video on the Action 5 before. So I'm going to be creating a new video that you can edit your D-Log-M. It is so much easier now, guys, nowadays. So that's the thing about, you know, finding new ways to make your work that much better. I will definitely do a video on that. The next thing I want to really talk about is having your ND filters for your camera. It is definitely needed, because what happened is when the sun actually came up, all my highlights are blowing out. So when I had my ND filters here, and I'm using these from Freewell, I really and truly love how easy it is now for me to attach my ND filters. Before I had to screw this off, which was just a pain. Now, all you have to do is just take it out the case. I'm gonna set this back right like so. You just take it out the case and you just slide it on over the Action 5. And that is how easy it is for you to actually get this up and going. So if speed is a factor for you, that's one of the main reasons I truly appreciate the Action 5 and how they went about doing certain things. Going back to the macro, for me, is this something that I'm going to be using? I don't think so. I mainly bought this so that I can actually show some samples of what you can do. It has the variable options where you can adjust for your macro, and you can actually show for your portrait, and then you have your landscape. For me, I don't know if I'm going to be using it. It might come in handy if I want to do some videos, let's say, you know, close-up details of maybe a ring or something to that effect. It definitely has the capability to do that. But am I interested in it 100%? I would have to say, no, I'm not. But I did test for you guys so that you can actually see some results. And I have to say, I'm really truly impressed. And speaking of this, because I heard a lot of complaints when I was doing my own review on the macro lenses, that a lot of persons were saying that they don't know whether or not they're in focus or not. There actually was a new update that introduced focus speaking. And when you have focus speaking now, guys, you can literally see where your focus areas are, so you can readjust the angle in terms of how close or how far away you should actually have the camera from you, so that you're able to see exactly what is in focus and what is not. So that is one of the helpful features, that having this would be a plus, because before you would not be able to know exactly where you're focused in. So overall, guys, I have to say that I'm truly impressed with the camera. But I would suggest that if you're someone who already has the Action 5, you do not have to upgrade to the 6 if the newer features is not something that you're looking for. Because for me, I bought all of this so I could show it to you guys. But do I have to? No. Do I need to? No, I do not. I do appreciate the larger size in terms of the the internal storage is way better, and that for me saves my butt so many times, because what happened is I've had situations where I brought the camera with me and I left my card at home, forgetting. So having that larger size inside is a plus for me. All right, guys, so what I want to do is, with this combo pack as well, you do get the case and these batteries, and I think this is a good thing to have, because if you're doing any kind of long form shooting, because I usually use my action camera for BTS, and so if I'm doing any kind of long form shooting, I can definitely appreciate it having 2 extra batteries to actually, you know, support me on my job, because you don't want to be running out of battery. You have to go plug it into a USB-C, or even trying to find one if you have a power outlet or somewhere. So I don't want to go into all of that. I like the fact of having the case, and I think that's a good thing. And I love the fact that also the same battery can also be used inside the Action 5. And then this stick here for me, I'm not necessarily going to be using this, guys, if I'm being really and truly honest. I might occasionally use it if I go on some trip somewhere, maybe. But this is probably going to be somewhere stuck in a corner. And the main thing is, I really do love the camera. And I now love the fact that I now have 2. So if I want to do, let's say, 1 camera over there and 1 camera behind, showing both angles, that's, I think, is an amazing feature to have. So yeah, so that's really my take on the Action 6, that, you know, I think you should upgrade if you think the features or the newer features that is in here is something that you really and truly need. For me, I would say, if you have the 5, do not upgrade. If you have any lower version, then any upgrade to the 6 would be fantastic. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys right now. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash that like button, guys. I'll also have links in the description below where you can actually purchase this if you are interested. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.